Hello students, I am going to explain you the program to convert an INFIX expression to a POSTFIX expression. To write any C program, we require few basic header files which I have included like stdio.h. I am using a power function, so I am including mat.h. I am using string functions like string length, that's why I have included string.h header file. Infix to postfix is a function which will convert the infix expression to a postfix expression. Hence, I have wrote the prototype of this function because I am going to use this function in the main function. I have defined two functions f and g. F represents the input precedency values and G represents the precedency of the symbols in the stack. So I have used a switch statement which will take the symbol as an input, and depending upon the symbol, if the symbols are plus and minus, I am returning 2. If I am using the multiplication symbol and the division symbol, I am returning the value 4. If I am using the exponential values symbols, I am returning the value 5. For opening bracket, value 0. For hash, it is -1. And for any alphabets that I am using, the returned value is 8. Same, I have wrote a function g for the stack precedency. Let us come to the main function. I have declared two arrays of character type, infix and postfix. First, I will read an input from the keyboard, my infix expression. Enter the infix expression, and that is read into the infix array. Later, I am calling the infix postfix function. As soon as I call this function, the flow of control will come to this function. Inside this function, I have declared few variables. Top, I am initializing it to -1. I and j, I am initializing it to zeros. I am declaring a stack which is an array of character, so s of 30, and a symbol. Before starting the functionality, I am entering the hash symbol inside the stack by incrementing the top. I am going to start with the for loop. My for loop, here the loop control variable I is initialized to 0. This loop will iterate for the number of times it is the length of the infix expression. The length of the infix expression is calculated using the string length function, and I am checking it with the loop control variable. If the condition is true, I enter the loop. First, in this statement, I am reading the first input symbol and I am assigning it to the variable symbol. So after doing that, I enter the while loop. I check if the input precedency of s of top is greater than g of symbol. If it is greater, I pop the elements from the stack and place them inside the postfix expression. This happens, or this loop iterates until the condition f of s top is greater than g of symbol. When this condition becomes false, my flow of control will come out of the while loop and check the if condition. If f of s top is not equals to g of symbol, the input symbol will be pushed inside the We all know that before pushing any element inside the stack, we have to increment the top. Hence, plus plus top is written inside the S of as the index value for the array. If f of s top is not equals to g of single produces a false value, that is, if f of s top is equals to g of symbol, the else block of this if statement will be executed, where an element from the stack will be popped out, but it is not placed inside the postfix expression. Also, the symbol will not be considered, or it will not be pushed inside the stack. This iterates for the length of the input string that we are going to produce. That is for string length of infix. After this for loop is executed, we come to the while loop. This while loop is important because if the inputs inside the infix array is exhausted, or there are no symbols to be read, but there are still symbols left inside the stack. When this condition occurs, we pop out all the elements from the stack one by one, and we place those elements inside the postfix expression. Because postfix expression is an character array, that is a string, in C we have to terminate it with the help of a null character. Hence, I am placing a null character at the end of the postfix expression. So this, after completing this function, the flow of control will come to the place where the infix postfix function was called. Later, the flow of control will continue with printing the postfix expression that was calculated. Now let me run this program. It is built. So enter an infix expression: a plus b minus c, b minus c into d exponent e. The postfix expression is calculated and the result says a b c minus d into plus e exponent. So that is the equivalent postfix expression for the infix expression provided. Hope you have understood how this program works. Mainly inside this function, whenever we are using this f of stop and g of symbol, the flow of control will actually come to this point and fetch the values of the symbols that are provided. F of symbol and g of symbol will provide us the values. Hope you have understood how to convert an infix expression